Are you serious? Are you serious? Guys, I'm being very serious. It's incredible. I just got done doing a video and then an explosion. I just said we're on the brink. We're on the brink. We're on the edge. An explosion has just hit Beirut, Lebanon. A massive explosion, an insane explosion, basically. And it was in the suburbs of Beirut. It's in the heart of where Hezbollah's uh, resides, where the headquarters is, where their top people are. And we don't know exactly which structures have been hit. We don't know exactly which buildings have been blown away. We don't know how many casualties there are, but Israel has. And as I was typing this to get this on the air, Israel confirmed they did it. Israel confirmed we hit them. It was us. No bones about it. And they said this 10 minutes after they did it. So this has just happened. Guys, let me give you an update, a little more on the information on this as it's just now coming in. Again, don't forget about mypill.com/Paul. Get all the things you need there. And of course, a portion of that goes to the Paul Begley Prophecy Ministries. We really appreciate your support in that and some great deals for you. That's at www.mypillow.com/Paul. Use the promo code Paul. There's a promo code too. Promo code Paul. All right. Now here's what's happening in Lebanon. It's in Beirut. It's in Beirut, Lebanon. It just happened. So I just got off the air. I mean, I literally just got off the air with you guys. And this is now breaking. Israel went flying in and went ahead and has made a massive attack. The Israeli government is now confirming that they are responsible. They're not. They are saying, yep, we did it. And they went right for southern Lebanon. They went right for the heartland of Hezbollah country, where the top leadership is. Someone just said Hezbollah has made an official announcement. The elimination failed. So in other words, they're saying you failed to kill our top guy, Nasara. Okay. His name is Saeed Hassan Nasara. And remember, I just said to you in the last video I did that the finance minister of Israel, Shmoch, called for his head for killing the 12 kids playing soccer up there in the Golan Heights of Israel, for killing those 12 children. He said, I'm calling for his head. Now, the United States has been trying to calm the Israeli government down, or trying to divert, or trying to, buy some time, or trying to soothe over the pain. But listen, you're not going to soothe over the pain of 12 children. You're not. When it's a targeted, precise, precision rocket that hit that soccer field while they were playing soccer, killing 12 of these innocent little children, and they hit them the exact time Israel was playing soccer in the Olympic Games in France. So this was clearly a message by Iran and by Hezbollah that we can hit you anywhere and anytime we want, and that they have this sophisticated capability. And so Israel has just responded. I said they were going to do it. But I also told you that this is not going to go away, and that it was going to escalate. And folks, I have breaking news right now. Urgent, massive explosion in Beirut, Lebanon, and Israel did the attack. Israel has confirmed they did the attack. This is getting very, very, very serious right now. It's very serious. I'm going to see if I can, give me a moment here. I think I can play for you this response. Give me 1 second here. Tell me if you hear this, okay? Okay, so I couldn't pull that off from here. I just couldn't pull that off. But the report says that it was a massive explosion. It was outrageously huge. We don't know how many buildings they took down. We don't know what the casualties are, but Israel has hit southern Lebanon with a massive attack, a massive explosion in Beirut, Lebanon. We don't know if this is the only strike they're going to make in retaliation for of Hezbollah killing the 12 children playing soccer in the Golan Heights, 12 Israeli children. They were Druze children, very peaceable people that live there. They're Israeli citizens. And if you want to know, the Druze are actually descendants of Jethro, which was Moses' father-in-law. That's who they really are. And they're very peace-loving people. They are great farmers. They don't cause any trouble. And their sons fight in the Israeli military. So they were targeted in the Golan, and they were hit in a horrible thing. And I was just saying in the last video I did that this thing is about ready to boil over. I had no idea that as I was finishing it, and it might have been happening while I was talking, it could have been, but right as I'm finishing it, Israel made an attack. And now Israel has confirmed they did it. Israel didn't wait around. They did it. They hit them, and they said, "Yep, we did it." And now Hezbollah has responded and said, "You didn't take us out. You didn't hurt us." Don't know how many people are dead. Don't know how bad the casualties were, but the question is this the beginning? Is Israel going to continue to go after Hezbollah, or was this a one-time strike? And in a response to the killing of the 12 innocent Israeli children there in the Golan Heights. That I don't know yet. My opinion is, I don't know. It depends if Israel has moved enough of their assets up into that region where they're in a more of an attack position, where if they want to go forward with this war, they could. Of course, it would really be spreading them thin, the fact that Israel's still fighting Hamas down there in Rafah in Gaza. Could they also now turn and fight Hezbollah full blast? And maybe they have begun. Maybe that's what this is. There's prophecy of Ezekiel 38 everywhere. But there's also scripture that talks about, and just give me a second here, because I didn't expect them to make such a quick response. Well, I knew it was coming, but I didn't expect it. It was happening just as I was on the air saying it was going to happen. But my contacts, though, are pretty accurate and pretty dead on. And of course, you never know. You can sense it coming, but you don't know exactly the timing sometimes. It's just it's really, really, really a dangerous time that we're in. These are the nations that are anticipated to be involved in the battle of Psalms 83. I told you about the dream I had Sunday afternoon. The dream I had, I seen in black letters, Psalms 83 approaching me in the dream as I was sleeping. And I said, "Yes, Lord, I see Psalms 83. And the Lord said to me, "Read the rest of the chapter." And when you do, you find out Israel is going to eliminate their enemies the same way they did. And it names several different groups that took on Israel and how Israel wiped them everyone out for doing it, for attacking them, they defeated them. And it even tells you how they will defeat them. If you look at each one of them, it says, just like we did this group. Then you go and you study, who's this group? What country are they from? Or where's their location? And how did Israel defeat them? It's all in the Bible. And so Psalms 83 is definitely in play. I can confirm it from the Lord himself in a dream. I can tell you right now, according to the word of God, that everything about the confederacy of Israel being attacked by nations coming against Israel, building a confederacy, building a consolidating effort, a vortex of evil. I talk about it in my book, Revelation 9:11, certainly. And so it is getting very, 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 very dangerous situation here. Give me a moment here. I'm going to see if I can get another update on it. The explosion just happened. About a half hour ago, maybe less than that, maybe 20, 22 minutes ago, something like that. Israel bombed southern Beirut, and Israel has confirmed they did it. And southern Beirut, the suburb of Beirut, that is where Hezbollah resides. Okay. That is where they reside. So, and I was just, I mean, it's kind of, it gets really, God's word is true. And God, when he speaks in prayer and talks to us, we know it's true. But it's stunning when it happens simultaneously. Okay, now we're just getting in 9 minutes ago. The New York Times has just responded. Here we go. Okay, right here you go. You have the BBC. They're wrong. They're saying Israel has not yet confirmed the identity of the commander it says it targeted in Beirut. But according to Reuters, now they're saying that both are quoting that a man by the name of Fad Sukur, Shukr, that Fuad Sukur has survived the attack. This is a report coming right now as we wait for more information, but they're saying Israel went for this guy. The U.S. says he is a senior advisor on the military affairs to Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, who sits on the Jihad Council, Hezbollah's highest military body. He has also been involved in the group's campaign in Syria's civil war, where it has supported the government of Bashar al-Assad. The U.S. had already offered a $5 million reward for any information on Shukr, also alleging that he played a central role in the 1983 bombing of the U.S. Marines barrack in Beirut, Lebanon, that killed 241 U.S. military personnel, Marines. That was during the Ronald Reagan. And this guy was involved in it. There's a $5 million reward for him. And he apparently was the target, one of the targets probably, of this attack that just happened a half hour ago. Israel had warned straight away that it was going to retaliate. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that Hezbollah will pay a heavy price for this attack, one that is not paid so far. Hezbollah denied any involvement, but it didn't matter. They all know they did it. Everyone knows it. And they used a precision missile to hit these 12 children, kill these 12 children on that soccer field. And they hit them in the Golan Heights, and they hit them the exact same time that Israel was playing soccer in the Olympics in France. And to me, that's a clear indication that Hezbollah and Iran wanted Israel to know that they could hit them anywhere at any time, which means they must have a better technology capabilities now. Now, here's Al Jazeera is responding. And they're saying that at least one person is dead. I would say it's probably more, but the Israeli army says it carried out a precision strike on Beirut, targeting the Hezbollah commander. The army said that this was a retaliation for an attack on the Israeli occupied, and it's not occupied. Yeah, Israel, it's Israel's territory. Every one of these news agencies does this. It frustrates me. Of course, I'm Israel's Golan Heights. It killed 12 children playing soccer. There are mixed views within the Israeli society. Of course, there is. There's mixed views in every society. But there is, but the Israel should exercise restraint. Some people are afraid. Some are saying Israel needs to go in and take care of Hamas now and Hezbollah. Others are saying, let's use restraint when it comes to this situation along the northern border, so that because 80,000 Israelis have had to evacuate their homes and they want to go back home. Well, I want them to go home. Everybody wants them to go back home. But Hezbollah has fired 7,000 rockets at Israel since October 7th. So, you know, they want to go home. We all want them to go home. But you can't go home when the enemy is killing your kids, when the enemy is firing rockets continually. But then there's another school of thought, of course, that Israel should pound Hezbollah, that they should go to war with Lebanon, and they should destroy this group. And you have members of the far right of Benjamin Netanyahu's government who are saying, we want the head of Hezbollah. Okay. And so that, as this has been, and let me just check on this. Now I'm looking at the scenes from the attack. It is massive. Scenes have emerged from the Israeli strike in the southern Lebanon, and Lebanese National News Agency says at least one person is dead. But I think that by looking at what I'm looking at, it destroyed the building I'm looking at. It's completely destroyed, but maybe it was the command post, or maybe it just was only a few in there. Maybe it was so precision that it went straight for the head of Hezbollah. I don't know. Okay. But it was a massive strike in southern Lebanon. Excuse me, not in southern Lebanon, in southern, the suburb of Beirut, Lebanon. And so things are getting very, very fluid now. This is war. The question is Israel just going to do this one strike and try to kill this top commander, or is this the beginning of Israel's military operation to try to destroy Hezbollah like they're destroying Hamas in Gaza? That I don't know. I know one thing: Hezbollah's not going to stop firing rockets at Israel. That I can tell you. And I can also tell you that other nations are going to join in. That I don't want. But I can tell you, according to the Bible, they will. Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Psalms 83. As the Lord told me to read that. And I did Sunday night. And I was doing my very best to just warn everybody this was coming. You knew Israel was going to respond, but the question is this the one-time strike as the response to the killing of their 12 children up there? Or is this the beginning of an all-out war between Israel and Hezbollah while they're still fighting an all-out war with Hamas in Gaza? Here's what the Bible says in Psalms 83. Look at this. This is a Bible. I've preached out of this Bible for many years, and it is taped together and trying to hold it together. But I keep this one in my Indiana office. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies have made a turmoil. They that hate thee have lifted up the head. They've taken crafty counsel against thy people. They've consulted against thy hidden ones or little ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And then the Lord said to me, read it, the whole chapter. So I will read the few remaining verses in the chapter. It says, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes and Gebal and Ammon, which we know is Ammon, Jordan, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Now that was giants in that area. Hasur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to, you know, who Sisera, what happened to him? That woman, she drove a nail through his temple when he tried to run away from Israel. Do unto them as you did to him, as to Jabin at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orb and like Zeb. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth. That is Psalms 83. That is the proclamation. First of all, you get the prophecy of what they are trying to do to Israel, and that they're forming this coalition, this confederacy to take out Israel. And then Israel's response by the hand of God. This is what's happening right now. Israel has just hit southern Lebanon, a massive explosion. One person we know is dead. I think there's probably more than that, but it's too early. Israel has already confirmed they did it, and they were obviously going for one of the top commanders of Hezbollah. We don't know. Hezbollah says he is still alive, okay? But there's a lot of propaganda going to spin for a while, okay? The question is this the only attack, or is this the first attack? Now, I'm getting another live update right now. This is a very fluid situation. This happened 43 minutes ago. Israel hit Lebanon. Let me see. Okay. Israel Army says it did carry out a precision strike on Beirut, targeting the Hezbollah commander. The army said that this was a retaliation for the attack on the Israeli Golan Heights that happened Saturday, killing the 12 children on the soccer field in the Golan Heights of Israel. Lebanon's state-run news agency said 2 floors of the building in Haret, a suburb of the South Beirut, and a known stronghold of Hezbollah, has collapsed, and that at least one person is dead and at least one more is wounded. So now that, again, we're going to get little bits at a time. So we know what's happened. I've seen the pictures already. It's pretty dramatic, the chaos. Israel has not responded, or excuse me, America has not responded at all on this, but Israel has. Israel says, we did it. Here's who we were trying to kill. Here's why we did it. And this is where it's at. and we'll confirm it. So Israel's confirmed it already, and Hezbollah has confirmed they were hit. And now the question is this the payback, or is this the beginning of a attack? Now, Amir Safari is saying that Faid is dead. I think he's dead also, because if you look at the building, he couldn't have survived. Okay, nobody could have survived. But we'll wait for the official. And it might take 2-3 days before Hezbollah will confirm that he's dead. But I can tell you now that I don't think he's got much of a chance. That building was destroyed, and he was in charge. He was involved in back in the 1983 bombing of the U.S. Marine barracks there in Lebanon. It killed 241 of our Marines. That was during Ronald Reagan's presidency, and this guy was involved in that. And he was the top commander, right? He was the number 2 guy. He was directly under Nasrallah. The finance minister of Israel, Schmaltz, has called for the head of Nasrallah, for his head physically to be taken off. And I just did a video about this, that this was the situation, and how France was trying to prevent it, how the United States State Department was saying that America was trying to limit Israel's response. And then as soon as I got off the air, 10 minutes later, it's announced that there's been this massive explosion. Exactly what I was talking about, in the very area that I said that they were probably target. And that was the southern part of Beirut. And they went right for the heartland. They went right for the head of the snake. And I would say, why does it say, where's your volume, Pastor? My volume should be good. My volume should be good. You guys can hear me, right? So anyway, Pastor, sounds fine. Thank you. So again, is this the expansion now? Does Iran respond? Does Turkey respond? Because it was President Erdogan who said he was going to attack Israel, and he's been calling that he's going to do it. He's been saying Turkey is going to do it over Israel's continual battle against Hamas in Gaza. He sounded like it was divinity. He basically was saying that, he was going to lead the Islamic world against Israel. I mean, Israel's paying him no attention right now, other than saying you don't want to go there. And Israel goes ahead and makes this incredible strike on the headquarters of Hezbollah in southern Beirut. And so things are escalating. Things are escalating in a big, big way. And the question is now, is Psalms 83, as the Lord came to me in a dream, and as I was sleeping a Sunday afternoon, I talked about it Sunday. We had a powerful Sunday night broadcast. There was 34 people saved on the air live, and then many more after that in the archives of that broadcast. And then I just went live a few minutes ago stating what was happening, how intense it was getting the last couple of days, how I was anticipating in Israel to respond. And then less than a half hour later, Israel responded, and they did exactly what we were talking about. So now, where do we go from here? And that's going to be the question. And prophecy you can't change prophecy. And the next question is really, and it's in my book, Revelation 9:11. But I ask Dr. Chuck Missler in October of 2015. I interviewed him, and it's on my YouTube channel. And I interviewed him about where we were in Bible prophecy. This was October of 2015. And I asked him at one point, what is the next biblical milestone? Because prophecies are coming to pass. But what's the next biblical milestone that we're going to witness? And he said, Ezekiel 38 or Psalms 83. He said, the question is, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? But they will both marry in together. And that is significant, that is what apparently we could be witnessing. Certainly, I believe for sure it's Psalms 83. And will that immediately lead us into Ezekiel 38, or will it eventually lead us into Ezekiel 38? But it can't be far. It can't be far off. And then you got to go back to the dream that I had. And I don't talk a lot about dreams. You know, I do basically what Bible prophecy says. You guys know that. But I do get spiritual dreams. And the dream I had in July of 2021, the Lord told me that Apollyon was about to come out of the bottomless pit, that he was bringing the hordes of hell with him, and that he was going to manipulate the leaders of the world and bring about the sixth trumpet war, World War III. And the Lord said to me in that dream, go warn the people, tell the people, write it down. Revelation 9:11 is upon mankind. And so I did write it down. I wrote a book with the help of my co-author, Troy Anderson. And I wanted to get that book out as fast as I could, but we did extensive research, and it took 2 years. Finally, the book came out on March 26th of this year, 2024. And of course, since the dream, Russia then went in and invaded Ukraine. I had the dream in July of 2021. Russia invaded Ukraine in February of 2022. And then Israel was hit in October the 7th, 2023. And now here we are at the brink of total biblical chaos and maybe one of the great woes. And here's the question. Do we go from Psalms 83, which I believe is happening right before your very eyes, and does that take us into Ezekiel 38, where nations like Iran and Turkey and others jump in to come against Israel, and Israel ends up fighting all these nations and wonders where America is? And does the eagle's wings of Revelation 12, does the United States fly over Israel and try to protect her and try to be a part of it? And the question is, if Ezekiel 38 takes place, does that cause us to go into the sixth trumpet war that it says in Revelation chapter 9, where a third of the world will die? And you got Mike from the world over here who had the dream of 20 million people dying, okay, after the stone steps. Well, we've had the stone steps. He told us he saw President Trump being taken down steps into a black SUV. I assumed that was Trump being convicted of a crime, and these were the Secret Service men or federal marshals taking him, putting him in a car to take him to jail. That's what I really thought this dream meant. But then we have the assassination attempt on President Trump on July 13th of this year, 2024. And Trump is hit in the ear. Another man, a firefighter, is killed. 2 other men are wounded. And Trump is taken down these steps by men in suits. They were Secret Service, men and women in suits and Secret Service, just like Mike saw, and was hurried into a black SUV. So you have to start asking your question. Mike said that what I said, Mike, what happened after that? What happened in your dream? And of course, he had already told us this for months. He said, actually, he saw the stone step dream about 3.5 years ago. He said, well, then not long after I seen attacks hitting America, I seen over 20 million people were killed. Now you have to wonder, did he see World War III. It can't change the fact that what's called the Sixth Trumpet War is coming. We can't deny that. We can't change that. I can't erase that from Revelation chapter 9. I can't make it go away. I can only tell you to prepare, for you're living in the times of the Bible and the prophecies of the Bible. Psalms 83, Ezekiel 38. It looks like that's how the step's going to go. 1 and then 2. Question is, does it stop? Does it pause for a while? Does a peace agreement get signed? Does the third temple get built? Do the red heifers ashes get used? Or do we go straight in to World War III, and it's after World War III that an Antichrist rises to bring peace to the world and to let the Jews build their temple, and the red heifer's ashes are spread? And then there's 3.5 years before the coming of Christ. That's the question. Which happens first? Or is there a 25-year? Is this Psalms 83? But it falls short of Ezekiel 38. And there's a 20-year wait before we even go into Ezekiel 38. These are the questions I cannot answer, and nobody on the planet can answer. We can only follow the signs. This is why the Lord said, don't try to figure out the timeline. Figure out the sign line. Follow the signs. Remember, God is in no hurry. He's in no hurry. What he says will happen will happen. And when it will happen, only he knows. But what we do is we study, we follow, and we preach that Jesus Christ is coming soon. Now, the Bible says that the Lord does reveal his secrets to his servants, the prophets. That's found in Amos chapter 3, verse 7. And this is true. The Lord has revealed things to me, and I've been sharing them, and they've come. God has revealed them to people like Ken Clement. He gets pieces of prophecy. Dr. Irvin Baxter, pieces of prophecy. Jack Van Impe, pieces of prophecy. David Wilkerson, pieces of prophecy. Lots of people. I mean, David Jeremiah. We could go on and on and on. A lot of different people, men and women of God, sometimes gets pieces of prophecy. And that is how things are revealed by the Lord, spread out among the people of God that he can trust. And usually it comes with an assignment. When you get a prophecy from God, or you get a dream, a spiritual dream or a vision, it generally, God just don't give it to you so you can know. It's not a private interpretation. The Bible tells you there is no private interpretation. There's no one person getting the story and that's it, and they can use it for their own benefit. It generally always comes with an assignment. God shows you what's going to happen, and here's your assignment. God showed Daniel what was going to happen, and he said, now, seal up the book. Eat it. In your mouth it is sweet. In your belly it will be bitter. But I need you to seal this book up. Josiah was shown what God was going to do, and then given the assignment to tear down the pagan temples. Noah was told what was going to come, that rain was going to destroy, and God was going to cleanse the earth. And so go build the ark. This is your assignment. I was told Apollyon is about to emerge from the bottomless pit. He's bringing a band of demons, thick as smoke like locusts. God said, write it down. Go tell the people. It's upon mankind. It's about to happen. He gave me an assignment. I wrote it down. I felt that meant write a book. And I wanted to do it to the best of my ability. And we did. I now was given another assignment. On Psalms 83, when God showed me in a dream on Sunday afternoon, he said, go and read the entire chapter. And he meant read it to you. And I did Sunday night. I did it again today, just before this bomb hit Beirut. And then after I did the video and read it to you and told you it was coming, then 15 minutes later, whatever it was, 20 minutes later, Israel went and hit southern Beirut. These are things God does, and he gives nuggets out there, and he gives pieces of prophecy out there. That is to prove that God is on the throne and that he is speaking to his people. And he speaks to all of us. One way or another, we get direction of what we need to do with the information. And this is critical. It's critical. And it is the end of days. This is, we'll get more information in a second. I'm telling you, strong delusion. God has been saying to me, this webinar was an incredible webinar on aliens among us. It is part of the strong delusion. It's part of the line, signs, and wonders of Revelation. It's part of the strong delusion in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, that the Antichrist will use a spirit of delusion, of confusion. And this alien situation is part of it. People are having encounters. People are meeting entities that are not human. People have seen ships and space things and different things in the heavens. They have had encounters with demonic forces, principalities, and powers. People are having interaction with the hordes of hell and with different entities that have come to bring confusion and to get people to quit believing in God and to believe that we came from another planet and that we're the seed of another species of aliens. Just to believe that they have the answer, that they're coming to save us instead of Jesus Christ is coming. So it is absolutely, guys, we're in the days of the Bible. We're in the end times. So again, Israel has hit southern Lebanon, a massive explosion, and Israel has confirmed they did it. And Hezbollah is saying that their top commander is still alive, but others are reporting that he is dead. We'll wait and see how this all shakes out. But the bigger question is, was this a retaliation for Hezbollah killing these 12 children, or is this the beginning of an escalation of a war leading us? Psalms 83 and Ezekiel 38. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Oh, and by the way, yes, I went out into the Rachel's Heart. I looked at the inventory we have available, and Heidi has put together this bundle of webinars. And if you was all 4 of these webinars, it's 34 DVDs, 4 different webinars on the subject of aliens and AI and the Antichrist and the demons and the fallen angels. It's all in this. And these 4 complete sets of those 4 DVDs, of those 4 webinars, if you was to go and get them off of my website, each one individually, the cost is $250 for all of them. But this week only, because it's Alien Week, and we got the alien webinar coming up on Friday night. This week, this is called the Alien Bundle. The Alien Bundle, and your love gift of $125 or more, I will send this entire bundle of webinars to you. Or you can just go to my website. There's a button. If you just go to the store, go to the DVD section, you can just click on it and order it right there. Okay, either way. Or if you just give a donation of $125 or more, I'm gonna ship it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna ship it to you anyway. Or you can just go and order it directly from our website. The Alien Bundle, it's there. And so this is an incredible deal, because what we want to do is give everybody an opportunity. Some folks never got it or always wanted to have their own physical copy of the webinars. And here's a chance to get these 4 for only $125 bundle. Okay. So go to my website. So and I'm going to keep that deal going till midnight Sunday night. Okay. So there you go. Go get those, order that bundle. Let me ship those to you. And also go get your ticket for the webinar Friday night, Aliens among us. You can go and order right at my website right now, or you can pick up the phone and just order. You say, just call right now and say, I call the 765-414-2230 and just say, look, I want the alien bundle. I'd like to make a donation right now and I want that alien bundle. Okay. And then it's going to come your way. All right, guys, I'll be back. Continue to watch the prophecies. Are you serious? We're only 3 days away from the webinar. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? We're living in the last days.